Well, I've shown you a lot of varieties of biryanis. Of course, the purist says that the biryani is always a meat biryani or a mutton biryani, but of course, we've taken liberties. I've gone and shown you chicken biryani, a simple mutton biryani, Lucknowi, Hyderabadi, and so much more. Well, today is a very different biryani, which is a Hariyali Murg Biryani or a Hariyali Chicken Biryani, which is my take on a biryani, of course. Now, this is a recipe that I make in my homes, of course, for my family, but I thought I'll just show it to the world and leach the secret out. And this is me, of course, the Bombay chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to Get Curried. Let's head to the kitchen. A Hariyali chicken biryani, trust me, is very simple. Few things that we, of course, need to take care of. Let's first begin with rice. It's as simple as adding basmati rice or long grain rice to boiling water. This is, of course, salted water. Generally, for every liter of water, I add in somewhere around a tablespoonful of salt. Now, because it's a Hariyali chicken biryani, I'm adding in few green chilies, and along with this I'm adding in half the quantity of fried onions. Along with this, finally I'm adding in a bay leaf. Allow this to boil, of course roll boil, at least 7 minutes on high flame so that the rice kind of becomes 3/4 cooked. Let's wait for that. The rice has been bubbling away for literally 7 to 8 minutes and it's 3/4 cooked. Let's transfer this in a colander very carefully without, of course, breaking the grains of rice. Well, generally the proportion of rice to meat is always 50%. For example, if you've taken like a kilo of chicken, then you take roughly around 500 grams of rice. Why? Is because the rice when cooked gets doubled. So then the quantity of meat to rice is just the same. Allow this to drain till, of course, all the water drains out. Let's keep this aside. And let's start making the Hariyali Masala or the green mixture. For that, of course, very few basic things. Coriander, washed, dried, cleaned, of course. To this, I'm adding in mint leaves. Now, whenever you're making a pulao or a biryani, never add in mint leaves. Yeah, I know a lot of you add mint leaves either for garnish or in layers, but we need to realize that mint actually darkens, it oxidizes in heat. So we don't want that because it also changes the entire look. It suddenly starts looking brown or black. To this, I'm adding in spinach leaves because, of course, I want it nice and green. So these are blanched spinach leaves. I've, of course, shown this to you time and again, so I'm not going there again. To this, I'm adding in lots and lots of green chilies because, of course, we want this spicy. It's murg, it's chicken, of course. Chicken is bland generally, so we add in a little more spice so that that kind of just gets balanced. To this, I'm adding in half a spoon of turmeric powder to enhance all the beautiful green color. Lemon juice. Ginger and garlic. To this, of course, peeled garlic, scraped ginger. And to this, I'm adding in some cumin seeds. Let's keep a little aside because we'll, of course, temper it later as well. Let's grind this without water to begin with. You crush it, almost let it get coarse, pasty, and then we add in some water only if required and then grind it further. Let's quickly check for the paste, of course. It's looking nice and coarse, but just maybe a tablespoon of water will do the trick and make it absolutely nice and smooth. Well, our Hariyali paste is done and ready. A quick check, it looks nice, beautiful, and absolutely wonderful, bright green in color. Let's transfer all of this to the chicken. Well, for this biryani, I'm not using chicken breast. What I'm using is only chicken legs and thigh because, of course, they're my preferred cuts in a chicken. But again, you can use an entire bird and that's completely personal. And to this, let's start adding in some more ingredients, beginning with yogurt or curds. Let's just whip this lightly. Well, this is also an ingredient which will help in releasing moisture in the chicken. So a little more than normal. Whipped yogurt or whipped curds. To this, I'm adding in some garam masala, and along with this, some more of the fried onions. Well, if you check the description box, it reads 1 cup of fried onion, and that is divided into 3 parts. The first one, of course, went in cooking the rice. The second one comes here, and the third part will be used while layering this. Let's mix this well. Again, if you notice, I'm not adding salt at this stage because if you add in salt, the meat will start releasing its moisture and we are not looking at that at this stage at least. Once all of this is mixed well, this of course needs to be kept aside for 2 hours at least, and that is to marinate this wonderfully. It's been 2 hours, let's move on to cooking the biryani. You can of course take a deg, you can take a degchi, you can take a deep pot, a flat pot, anything that perfectly works for you. And to this, I'm adding in the oil in which I'd fried the onions. Swirl the oil in the pan, and to this, let's begin with some spices. The first thing is of course, cumin seeds. Once these crackle and begin to splutter, I'll add in the other garam masala, beginning with bay leaf, a stick of cinnamon, a few green cardamoms, along with that a black cardamom and a few cloves. While this is just kind of beginning to splutter, I'll add in the marinated chicken. Allow this to cook on high flame till the chicken is seared on the outside. The chicken has seared well on the outside. Let's add in salt as required. Of course, remembering the fact that salt has already been added while cooking the rice. A good stir and allow the chicken to cook on medium to low flame for a minimum of 15 minutes or till this is perfectly cooked. It's been 15 minutes and the chicken is almost 3/4 cooked. Let's add in the 3/4 cooked rice. Just ensure that this is pushed and not pressed at any point in time. Finally, a few more things. Milk, swirl it around. And this is all happening on low flame as of now. To this, I'm adding in just a pinch of saffron. A few more things to make it look pretty. Tomato. Again, doing it very differently because instead of adding in chopped tomatoes, I'm adding in sliced tomatoes. That just makes it look nice and appealing. And this pot can directly go on your dinner table because of course it looks so pretty. Let's start layering this. Finally to this, few more things. This is of course hard-boiled egg. And now the remaining fried onions. Let's swirl this around. Do not get tempted to add in anything green at this stage because all of that is going to discolor. Absolutely low flame. Let's cover this and keep it on dum for 5 to 7 minutes or till the chicken is perfectly cooked. Our dum cooking is done. With this, off goes the flame, and we do not need to open this for at least 10 minutes because we want the steam to kind of completely subside, and then don't wait for anything. The biryani straight goes on the dinner table. Ready to be served, and trust me, your family and friends are going to enjoy this unique biryani because Hariyali Biryani, like who makes it regularly, right? Make this, trust me, have fun.